those of you who wonder what I do today, if you even care, I think I mentioned some time ago that at some point I would start to fade away and disappear. The time is near. It's by choice, my dear. It's called self-preservation. Because you guys heard me. And I'm dead hurt for the wrong reasons. So I want to take a little retreat. Slowly, he said stop. Out with it hurts. Because 20 hit and runs in less than 12 months is not accidents. That's targeting. And that doesn't include the other assaults, and batteries, and grand thefts, and other incidents that have occurred. And then that doesn't include all the ones that were never even reported because it was just getting beyond sublime and ridiculous. But the records will reflect that. Oh, God, I bruised at the time. I mean, I have huge bruises. Had four in the last 5 years. In my knowledge, in government history, no one has been asked to do as much as I have been ordered to do. And I wasn't consenting. Even the first time the FBI made me start doing federal contracting work so many years ago. Even then, I knew I never wanted to be really because most of you are so dishonest, it would make me want to vomit down your throat most days. I have a real problem with liars. In case you haven't figured that out by now. Yet many of you still, even when I say it to you in person, think it's okay to lie right to my fucking face. And then I won't pick up on it. Anyway, an affluent government family, like mine, parts of mine, and who knows, maybe I'm related to these people. We haven't explored that enough yet, but there are strong possibilities on several fronts from my early. And this is something we've had going on now for discussions for, God, 6 months, a year. I mean, this started maybe a year ago, where I would agree to come into their estates when the time was right to mend and heal and to make the next steps towards world peace. And I appreciate your loving support. And I want to thank you for an opportunity to heal, but I also have to have boundaries, as we discussed today, and be able to not having to tolerate certain people. I don't know, maybe they have to stay in separate wings, right? Stay in the new section, hiding on the roof. I don't know, dude. But I can't be around that kid much more without having some very adverse reactions, because he's not listening and respecting any boundaries of mine whatsoever. And I'm in too much pain to have to suffer at his hand ever again. I can't be any more clear. So maybe you can put a leash on this kid. Or you can't be here at the same time. I don't know. Or I just go to the other place with the Palisades. I just go back to where I go. I'll find some other way. I understand that your mission is so very similar in wanting to help so many. But in the early stages, you should really pick and choose your foundation. I don't think he's the core of your foundation. I think he's the core of the problem. And I think he's lying about so much and thinking that you're dumb enough to believe he taught it at MIT. Look, one of two sieges, I guarantee he's lying to Rashid about most everything he's told. Now, I thought I was wrong once about intel like this. But it turns out I was spot on that one too. I know this stuff cold. I've been trained it my entire life. I know the psychology, I know what to look for. If you had the training we've discussed, so do you. So if you're seeing through it like I am, I'm just curious. At what point I see you get beyond the need for an enablers meeting. But you know, sometimes going down on is very helpful to people in relation. I'm sorry, I'm starved. I haven't eaten in days properly, and I haven't slept right in years. I certainly don't sleep much at all because it's just too dangerous. I've been robbed. I've woken up with people trying to set me on fire or set my belongings on fire that I'm in. And that's not an exaggeration of the truth. Having my life threatened, killed if I don't learn to shut the fuck up. Telling a broadcaster to shut the fuck up. Has anyone ever been successful with that? And then you had a spoken advocate, humanitarian. Yeah, you can be a diplomat. Very much so. And no proper decorum. Very well. And I've been at many embassies around the world. Here in the United States, to the Turkish embassy. Such an honor. I've been an invited guest into palaces, kingdoms. Like I said, most of the federal fucks won't be able to get into without, you know, a lot of backdoor shit or the overtake for one world order. Kids, it's September of 2019. And if you don't know about the Georgia Guidestones and the New World Order plan and all the things that come with it, you're in for a major shockadoo because they plan to eradicate about 8 billion people off this planet in the next. Well, they'd like to get it done by 2020, actually. And that's not a joke. Look up the Doomsday Monument or the Georgia Guidestones. Yes, right here in North America. A shrine to New World Order and the Illuminati plan. And the annihilation of those they feel are no longer needed. After all, with AI and androids and other things we can play with now, why do we need all you people? You're just stupid sheeple anyway. That's how the 1% view you. I know, I've sat at tables with meetings. Boardrooms. On the stuff I've heard in these meetings. But when you're a contractor and going through confidentiality, you know, the shit I've heard in these meetings would mortify most of the planet if you had half IQ above a fucking donut. And for those of you who don't like my choice of vocabulary, stop judging and get the message. Because it's too late to decide how I'm being condemned when you should be worrying about how you're saving yourself, your family, and friends. Who gave you the right to judge me? Who gave you the right to judge anyone or play God or greater than, where you break the will of others and take away the right to say no? Worse than rape. You break their soul. You destroy a part of them for life. For certainly a long time until they heal. If they ever heal. Most don't. They're fractured for life. It's because of people like you. The over self-entitlement. I know you can go and sleep with anybody you want on the planet because you got the cures. Even true with homeless people. And they'll go home and rap about it. Or even worse. You want to learn about today that is just mortifying? I've heard about it before, and I mean, with the things I have personally seen and witnessed in Holly frickin' weird in my lifetime and around the world. Most people would be shocked in fear to death. Because all I want fear is a wasted emotion. If it's going to be my time, nothing I'm going to do to change it. So what I also believe, if it's not my time, you're not going to change it either. That's the art of time. And time travels. See, we're in Extinction 7. You're not that high. But I'm not coming back for 8. I'm going on quits here. You either get it right this time, or it will be genocide. Not for everybody, that 200 million is going to be for everybody all the way down to the core this time. Worse than the Matrix meltdowns you've ever imagined. It's already in the code. Learn to coexist and get along. Inhabitants, reptilians, aliens, human species, humanoids, androids, sheeple, snitches, bitches, witches, criminals with badges, parasites, assholes, scum suckers, and all the rest of you. Because if you don't, no one wins World War III. No matter what your brightest minds think. Now, if you're ready to die, which so many seem to be ready to jump on some fentanyl or one way downer to hell, that's on you. But you don't need to make the rest of us miserable while you're doing it. Stop being so self-obsessed about me. You know how many people I've helped out in the past year alone? That I've given hundreds of dollars of stuff to. And then they have the audacity to demand more and tell me I'm an asshole and I don't give it to them. I didn't have to give you a fucking nickel. You're not my kin. Not my family. Most of you don't even like me because I'm such a nice guy. You can never catch me lying to someone or doing a bad deal. Because with every deal I've done with everyone, I make sure we shake hands before we walk away. Is everything square? You cool? I'm cool? And you don't feel like, you got what you paid. Because I'm about the integrity of doing what you say you're going to do. Being on time. And if I've been on time recently, which I have, I had help. It wasn't the way I planned. And if my phones weren't broken and smashing in the pavement in car accidents, hit and runs. Accidents, yeah, right. Or assaults and robberies. Or other bullshit for knowing the truth and telling the truth. I'm being threatened by my own government from some of the highest levels I worked with. That these rock and roll things were going to happen to me if I was honest. Did you tell the other Kennedys this? Did they know that before you gave them the silver bullet? Maybe it's time we open the Warren Commission and stop bullshitting and not letting everyone who was involved die, because you have let some die, And we shouldn't get to hide in the bushes on this, because it was treason. And those who helped suppress it and still know about it, even as children or grandchildren, are equally as guilty because they are withholding information valuable to an investigation. And as I've been told by the Department of Justice and the FBI, like tampering, criminal obstruction, accessory after the fact, equally as culpable, I can go down the list. But I'm not your attorney. And from infinity to infinity, And the sum total of your existence is Asholian? Why would you even have to guess where you're going? You know in your heart of hearts, in your own mind's eye, you don't believe in anything, and it's just all a big antithesis. When this fashion show is over, it's just over. Myopia. You guys like it there? Or then there's the other one where, purgatory, and you kill a bunch of people and you get virgins. Where would that twisted one come up from? What God would say that? Satan, or maybe the cannibal party, the cannibal club that they have in Hollywood, where people are actually eating people. I never researched it because it was never a topic that, one, fascinated me, and two, ever came up a lot. Somebody brought it up this morning. And we had this long talk about cannibalism. And we sold about celebrities endorsing it. And you can Google it. Cannibalism Club Hollywood. And you can even apply for a membership, and they may tell you where it's at someday so you can come and eat other people. But then I researched, is this even legal? I was appalled to find out that only in, I think it was Idaho, you might get up to 14 years for eating someone. Sally said eat me, and I was hungry, so I did. I mean, come on, really? But what's even more morally disgusting is, aside from the laws in Idaho, on the books it appears legal in Canada and North America to cannibalize. This is a whole new level of demon activity that I have to, acknowledge that you guys have slipped to even beyond previous incarnations. I mean, you jackasses have taken it to a whole new predator level of immorality that just is beyond some of the most vile, sick stuff you've done in the past. So for that, wow. You've outdone yourself again. You vile puppets for the altar of the eternal fires. Your rock and roll fantasies can be really well imagined and realized, because you sold your soul out on planet Earth for some shekels. Donald Trump. Wow. How do you sleep at night with your daughter? Yeah, that's what I said. And your own wife won't sleep with you at the White House. What? Donnie, if you're the best America has to offer, America, we suck. If you don't think it's time to dump Trump, then you are a true hater at heart. You have your fearless dumbass leader. And you will deserve every consequence that is about to happen when this jackass gets reelected. Inclusive massive annihilations, incarcerations, martial law, to name a few. They're ready for you. They're going to get you coming and going. And the FEMA camp said, Walmarts are no joke. Woodcough retirement descended in the Midwest. Amazing. Missouri. It's by Kansas, where they have incinerators bigger than Auschwitz. It's a known fact. Not a conspiracy theory. I don't have time for theories, and theories get you killed. I deal in facts. Intelligence. Counterintelligence, logistics, statistics, research, technology. Real high-end shit. CSI shit. Yes, I've even done CSI shit. Around the planet. price you pay for the things you know. Sometimes the toll is too high. The price isn't fair. But no one said life was going to be fair. If so, I didn't get that hand up. What I got from birth was what my mission was in life. I have followed that mission every day of my life. To help others, put others first, even before self. And the Master's will be done. Mine will always take second to what I'm here to do. Now, has it been a flawless ride? Oh, hell not. Has it been an education of epic proportions? Beyond my wildest rock and roll fantasies. Be careful for what you wish, because you'll get that. Everything that comes with it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and beyond. It's just a tragedy that the industries that work in are some of the biggest hypocrite liars on the planet and perpetuate all kinds of shit with their propaganda through media and intelligence. Can you hear me now? So Uncle Kurt's going to take some time away to heal. I'll be drifting in and out of places. You might see me or say, God, that looks like a familiar face. But I'm going to go a little more low pro as I dig deeper, because it's time to ramp these things up and get this job done. Or Armageddon might work. But I might as well sit in the grave. Time to get off the dime, planet Earth. You're running out of time. You're in Extinction 7, and you're already passing the tipping point. And soon you won't get a choice, because your love causes yourself by your own arrogance, ignorance, pomposity, and stupidity of listening to a bunch of lying dumbasses. Demand the truth in government, religion, politics, organized crime, organized government, organized secret societies. Demand the truth. And if it's so goddamn good, why is it a secret? If it's for the best of the whole, why is it a secret? Let's cut the bullshit, folks. Eisenhower warned us in 59 that you were the military company. We had Kennedy's ones. Well, you see what we did to them. You notice the people who talk about peace, getting along, getting over your God and my God, and figuring out how we could exist, are usually the ones that are targeted a lot. I wonder why that is. Because they don't want the change, because it fucks with the plan. And if it fucks with the plan, then, oh, God, what would happen then? They wouldn't get their way. So they must have everything follow the timelines and the plans that they have set forth as their own demigod selves. Newsflash, assholes. You didn't create any of this. And you don't get to play God or master of anything, no matter how deep and how you come from. But give it your best shot. Many have tried, and I'm still standing. Them, not so much. But you don't have to take on me, take on somebody greater. Why pick on a little old guy? Especially when I'm known to be armed and dangerous in the state of California and the United States with 2 fingers. Matter of public record. Go finger. People, it's time to figure out very quickly what your part is in making the world better, and it's not doing all the talking. It's not doing all the grandstanding. It's about rolling up your sleeves and taking active action to demand the truth and integrity in everything you do, everything people around you do, and to figure out how to get along being honest and being fair and coexisting and sharing and helping out and contributing and not just being a predator jackass who thinks anything you see you can have. It's not the way the real world works, and it's not the way it works for infinity. Guaranteed. So whatever you believe, a God or a master, whatever you, creator, whatever you want to call it, or not, is on you. It's not on your parents, it's not on me, it's not on anybody else. You have the free will to make that decision. But you also have the free will to get off your ass and research anything I've talked about or anything you've heard and you doubt or whatever. Because if this anything is like they've taught you in religions or you've seen in your science fiction movies, whatever, at the next incarnation or evolution or death or whatever you want to call it, when you get to go on the great passage or not, you will have to account for your own actions. Blaming and shaming others will only add to your own demise. If you're not doing anything uplifting about it, if you're not helping out, you're not contributing, you're part of the problem. Too easy to be negative, too easy to criticize, too easy to put down other people for things you feel shitty about in your own self. And yet, you're masking because these are not the people who cause the problems. You're victimizing everyone you meet because you're a victim and you refuse to forgive yourself or to accept forgiveness and acceptance of God or others. And until you get out of your own hell prison, which may be never, if you're not willing to do the work, you will never get out. You have no one to blame or shame except the person you see when you look in the mirror. Time to stop the bullshit, people. Time to get honest. The time is near. You're going to lie your way right to the end of time. Good luck with that one.